really need someone to tell me. I had no idea. Did she even get in trouble for this? Or Stephen A just making it up? I don't think she got in trouble for that, for talking to Brandon. I mean, we went over that interview, didn't we? I didn't see comments of people being upset. Malika talks about black athletes and always brings up their past records of what? Of bad things. What? Does she? I genuinely don't. Like, what athletes? Like, what athletes did she do that and it was out of line? I feel like with Brandon Miller, that was super recent. Like, I think that should have been brought up, right? Like, not a lot of people had a lot of information about it, and people definitely didn't look into the details of it. That's why I didn't have I didn't think it was that big a deal with the Brandon Miller thing. The new Celtics coach. She did it with the new Celtics coach. Okay, I have no idea about this discourse. I'm not saying. Okay, what you don't. I mean, that was a pretty bad situation. Okay, okay. If she's interviewing people on and bringing up things that they did that's kind of recent, I think that's fine for her to do that, right? You can't just ignore it just because. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's that big of a deal. You got to give me more than that. Now, if she's bringing up something that's completely irrelevant that happened, a decade ago or something, the rhetoric is she doesn't do it to other players. So with the other players that she's talked to, did they also have pretty controversial past? Oh, okay. So the thought is that she only does it to the black ones, so she doesn't do it to white players. I don't know. If that's true, that's messed up. But I'm wondering what white players have she spoken to that had like recent controversial things. Because I mean, let's be honest, the Udoka thing and the Brandon Miller thing, I don't see how that wouldn't be a topic of discussion in a conversation. I mean, that's the elephant in the room right there. The Jefferson situation. Who's Jefferson? My Spanish teacher said the Spurs win the championship next year with Wemby. Oh, okay. Oh, I was actually going to address. Okay. Lock Swan. He said, Clan, what player do you think we need to make us championship contenders besides Wemby? Well, I got some news for you. I genuinely think the Spurs need like one more player. Everything else will just line up. In today's NBA, you don't need a super team. So that's, thank God for that. Thank God we don't need super teams anymore. So I don't think you need a super team. I think all you need is you already have your glue guy and Jeremy Sohan. And a lot of us think he has the potential to become a star, right? Malachi Branham, he will light you up, all right? He's a microwave, all right? He has Hall of Fame microwave. He will light you up at any given night. In the fourth quarter, if you need 30 points, just say he sucks at basketball and he'll just go off. Like literally that's what, triggers him or whatever. So he can go off at any given moment. Devin Vassell, we can have debates on Devin Vassell, but we know that he's going to be really good. At the very least, I think ground level, he's going to be a really good player, okay? Maybe not superstar in my opinion, but some people might say star, whatever. I think all the Spurs need is a very good combo guard. I think that's it. You just need one more player, and I think it needs to be a combo guard. Somebody that can pass the ball, but also light you up and control the pace of the game. And can be second to Wemby in that regard. That's why I was so upset with the whole Primo thing. Okay, I bring it up all the time, but I hate it. I hate the whole Primo thing and how that went down because I think that his archetype is the perfect type of player that we would need, and I think that Cameron Payne is a placeholder for that, for what we're going to need. So yeah, just overall, I think that that's what the Spurs need, kind of a combo guard that can do a little bit of everything. And can put up buckets when you absolutely need them. In other words, you need your Jamal Murray to your Jokic, right? That's all I think. That's all I think the Spurs need. If you can get that, you're good and you're ready to go. But hey, it could take the form of different positions, I'm sure, if the Spurs, were to go in that direction. But good news is they have plenty of opportunities, and when you have Wemby, you have time, okay? I mean, even if we look back at Duncan, right? Like, I know 1999, he already had a stacked team. I mean, they were already pretty established, and that's why they went ahead and won that championship. But I think of Duncan in 03, you have a waiting period, okay? So they don't have to come straight into the league and be like championship caliber players or nothing like that. Like I think of Duncan in that. I'm not saying Wemby will. I hope he is. This would be amazing. He should be. But I'm not saying Wemby will be like as great as Duncan was. But with Duncan, he was so good, and he deserves so much attention, and he was able to take a team with role players essentially all the way to the finals. And I think that in the direction that the NBA is going with the new player agreements and everything like that, I think it's really going to help us be able to be on top, because super teams are not really going to be able to function the same way that they did several years ago. And the Spurs is really going to benefit us. And having Wemby, I think that you can manage to go deep into the playoffs without having that fundamental like second player to be his second star on the team or whatnot. I think you can still be successful. So yeah, bringing it back to tradition. All right, I think Wemby will be able to get us pretty far as the days go, as the years go by. And eventually, whatever player we pick up that could be, hopefully, that really good combo guard can grow into that, and we'll be ready to go. But those are my thoughts. Oh, and Ruru said Richard Jefferson situation. I have no idea. I had no idea Malika Andrews had that controversy, but yeah, I don't know.